My name is Allie,
I'm SJ.
and today you are tuning into Just Flow with Allie.
And SJ.
As always, we're here to talk about self-love, self-evolution, and amplifying the voices of the everyday people. We like to bring on people in our lives and one day strangers to talk about what self-love, self-evolution means to them. And you know what their experience are in their life journeys. And hopefully as an audience, we hope that you do take some gems and you know, some little golden nuggets from
Golden Nugget.
from our discussion. And we will love
to introduce our fifth guest. Are we ready, Allison?
yes.
Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, Hanna.
Hi, Sanju.
How are you? How are you feeling?
Hi, Allison.
How are you?
Excellent. I'm doing really well. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
We're good.
But even better that you're here.
Yes.
And you agreed to talk to us today.
It's a great start to 2023.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It
this is
is.
our first episode for 2023. So
Wow. Happy New Year.
yeah, you're in
So flow with us, right? Flow with us.
Just
Or
flow.
Just flow.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
it's
Just flow.
Cindy, do you want to talk about how we know?
Yeah, so I met our wonderful Hanna through our mutual friends. So I had a friend that we used to do some data projects with, and I believe she went to the same college as you.
That's right.
And so when I moved to this new city, undisclosed, when I moved to this new city, she was like, "Oh, you should meet my friend." And then I think we got Malaysian food, and through that we became really good
Yeah.
friends.
Went on
And,
some-
beautiful
Went on some
friendship.
beach trips.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is my second time meeting Hanna.
Yes.
I met Hanna through Sunju, and she's just been a ray of light.
Mm.
Thank you. That's
So
so
it's just
nice.
so sweet. So so once again, like a couple episodes before, I am learning Hanna just as much as our audience is. So
Yes.
thank you for being here once again.
Thank you for having me. I'm really grateful.
Thank you for spending your Sunday with us.
So with that being said, we just would like for you to share, just a little bit about you,
Sure.
however much you feel comfortable with sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always say like, who is Hanna?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am an individual who resides in this world as a human being. Recently, I've been trying to become a better person because I have the luxury of now focusing on myself. I don't have to struggle with finances, which was like a huge struggle for me before, and I thought I was very not lost, but very stressed. So recently I've had a very, just a wonderful new job, new opportunity,
Oh,
which has
I
given me
love
the
that for you.
opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Given me the opportunity to focus on other aspects of my life that I want to focus on and improve. And I realized I have a lot of work to do on myself to become a better person.
Yeah.
And okay, what else about myself?
That's so relatable though. I
Yeah.
know we're all works of progress.
Yeah. Especially like, I never saw life like this, but I've been seeing recently how people see their lives like seasons in a TV show.
Yeah.
Like your your season 2 or 3, whatever you consider it, has just come to a close. You're in this new bigger budget, bigger set.
Yes.
So this new season of life has
That is so
started.
wise.
So
yeah.
that's totally relatable. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been great, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to consider how to help others more, which I think is really what I always wanted to do, but I just never was able to focus on that or think about it. So that's one part, and then what else about Hanna?
Yeah, it kind of makes
We
sense.
love your energy.
I
You're
know.
so like zen, you know?
I know.
We're like mesmerized as you're talking.
So chill.
I guess that's it for now.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find out.
More to come.
More to come.
Yeah, I mean,
Find
we do
out.
have a whole show ahead of us to learn more
Yes.
about you. So, that leads us to Meme to Flow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a section where we share our favorite social media posts. It could be funny, sad, enlightening, just whatever's been like on your mind.
Yeah.
Catch your attention.
I actually first saw it as a website, and then I followed them on Instagram, and they post these graphic visuals of data, which fascinates me. The first one that really caught my attention was the span of our life and where we are in the trajectory of like Earth, like how long Earth has been present, and like how species came about, and we're like literally just the smallest little like splice on the graph, and I don't know, blew my mind. So I've been following them since then.
I do like those like little infographics.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
They're very capturing, and they get through to you.
Yeah.
Well, at least me.
There's a Reddit. I don't know. Do you have a Reddit? There's a Reddit
I don't have
forum.
an account, but yeah.
There's a Reddit forum that's like dedicated to like infographics, like the most random things too. Whenever I remember it, I'm gonna tell you and the rest of everybody.
I'll text you about it.
Yeah.
So the one I shared is a Wait But Why post, and it talks about life path close to you, and it's a visual of where you started and the different choices you had, and then where you are now. Everything is ahead of you, like all the options, like you see all the options available. So like that's where you started. You could have gone all these ways. You ended up here, and this is where you can go on from here.
It's a never-ending branch.
Oh,
It's
I
really
think I
cool.
get what you're sharing with us.
It's inspirational.
It's just makes you think, and to be grateful where you are,
Yeah.
and the different ways you could have gotten here, the different other ways you could have gone, and where we are now. And we're here in this beautiful like home. We're safe. We're healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Claiming
And we
that.
have so much ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it honestly speaks to like whenever you feel like you made a bad decision in life, that doesn't mean it's a dead end. Like there's still redemption ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Little routes you can take sideways, side paths. So my mom always tells me I took the long route to get to where I am, and she's right, because I took a very long time to get through college. Like I took a lot of detours. She calls them detours. She's like, they took you a long time. You're finally here. Like, don't mess it up. But she's right. Like, it was a detour, but I finally got there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a marathon. It's not a race.
It's not
It's
a race.
a marathon.
R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. For
Yes.
that.
I was also gonna say, like, it's like the life lessons. I feel like at times, like in mainstream media, it's always like deadline. By this, you need to do this. By this, you need. But it's like in reality, it's not really like that. In reality, it's like it's the beauty of the lessons, and it's not even about the quantity of your lessons. And I think that's what I appreciate about your meme. It's like just take each day as a blessing. Like breathe. Like it doesn't have to be like a competition. Like quantity of lessons or this age, you know?
Yeah.
I think we are conditioned to compare ourselves to other people all the time, and we have milestones that we each have to reach all the time, and to satisfy our parents, because our parents do so much for us. We want to make them proud. We want to show them that we appreciate them. And society, like in society, you have to reach certain milestones.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also for ourselves, you know, to reach our goals. And I really struggled because I was always feeling like I was behind, and I wasn't making my parents proud.
Yeah. I totally relate.
I can relate. Yeah.
But it took a long time for me to realize, you know what, yes, it took me longer. Yes, I made mistakes. I'm very happy where I am now.
Yeah, as long as you're here now, it's like everything that happened before, it kind of like had to happen, right?
Yes.
For you to
learn
be
so
who
much.
you are now.
Exactly.
And it's only going to get better.
Yes.
Yes. Right?
Yes. Once again, if you want to see Hanna's meme visually, follow us on our YouTube channel, Just Flow with Ali and SJ, correct? But once again, that will be linked in the bio. So yeah. Sunju, would you like to share your post?
Yes. Let me go to my folder. So my meme of the day And I really do feel bad for the audience because I feel like every time I share my meme is something deep as well. But my meme is not really a meme. It's a post. But it's don't use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe, create, trust, grow, glow, manifest, and heal. I chose this because, yes. I chose this because I feel that for me, I had a long time where anxiety was part of my life, where I was creating, but was I really creating out of joy or was I creating out of anxiety? Was I doing certain things out of joy or gratitude, or was I doing things out of anxiety of XYZ?
It didn't really bring you happiness at the
Right.
time.
It's like, I feel like the complexity of our society at times is that the concern to pay bills, the concern to do this, the concern to, you know, go hang out with your friends or things like that. You get caught up in that anxiety to support your funds.
Yeah.
Or do, like, you know, kind of assimilate to mainstream day to day. But then I feel that there's always a limit when you're doing things out of anxiety.
Right. It's like you're trying to stay afloat.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of like you're speaking to more like a survival mode situation.
Exactly.
Like you're going to go hang out with friends because you have a fear of missing out of something, like fear of missing out anything enjoyable,
like
versus just wanting to hang out with your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I like hanging out with like grandmas and aunties, because you know how they're like, just chill. Like, you know,
you don't have to
like,
exhaust yourself.
Like, just watch TV. Like, you don't have to do too much, you know?
Right.
But I feel like your real routine or your kind of real appreciation for life comes when you're, you know, just enjoying the moment, stress free. That's when you like, because I feel like when you were little, you just drew on your sketchbook without thinking too much. You started dancing.
You followed your spirit.
Yeah, you started dancing, listening to radio, like when radio existed in the best.
Oh, I know, right?
But you know, like you did all these things without thinking too hard. You know?
I know. That's really crazy because like you want to listen to your inner voice as an adult, but it's really hard, especially if you've been in a state of anxiety, which a lot of us have been.
Yeah.
It's like, can you even trust that inner voice?
Yes.
So it's like we have to figure out how to differentiate where is this inner voice coming from? Is this my anxiety, paranoia, ADHD, XYZ, or is this like truly my spirit guiding me?
Exactly.
I think a good way to like test that is, how do you feel after you do a set activity? Like, do you feel exhausted after doing this or hanging out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or energized.
Yeah, or energized, right? Or like, fulfilled or
Right.
So
Interesting.
It's like working out,
right?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
No worries. And so I feel like I'm ready to enter 2023 transferring that into something good.
Right.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Over the podcast.
No, I mean, please do.
It's a very corny question.
Yeah.
And I know people don't like the term resolution, but you can call it whatever you want. But since this is the 2023 first episode, what are your goals for 2023 and beyond?
Thank you.
Sorry.
She's perfect for our 2023.
This is like you're like the perfect person to bring
And she's an Aquarius too. Her birthday's this month.
Oh, well, did it already pass?
No, it's coming up.
Yes,
okay.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah, happy early birthday, guys. Give Hanna a shout out in the comment section. My resolution, I don't really, before I used to do resolutions, but then it was just like I write it down and never think about it again.
Okay.
So this year I was just being a little more intentional, and end of last year was like really hard. A lot of stuff happened and like threw me off of my path. So this year I really just want to work on standing firm on me and stop being very self-destructive when things don't go my way. So just working on that inner voice and and work on procrastination. So it's just a lot of inner work I'm focusing on this year.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, taking off all the outside voices and influences.
That's great.
Very vague, but that's just
No, that's
my
very
intention.
actually very specific. That's not vague at all.
Well, thank you.
And it's like relatable too to what we were just discussing.
I'm telling you, it's
We're
all
in- we're in
divine.
synchronicity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess let's go down the line.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
I was like, she's a natural. Just flow with Ali,
SJ,
SJ, and Hanna.
Oh, sorry, you guys.
You're great.
Okay, so I think I shared with you already in the car because we talked about this on our drive. Definitely self-work. So things that I want to work on is patience with other people and myself, because I think that was a factor that was causing me to behave in ways I didn't like, and procrastinate. And because if you don't have patience, I think patience is a habit forming. You need patience to build habits.
They do say patience is a virtue for a reason, because it's something that could really take you far, and it could really destruct you if you're just
That is
constantly
so
impatient
crazy.
individual.
That is so crazy because
It's a good
I was
point.
reflecting on the word virtue lately.
Wow.
We're all in synchronicity.
It's collective consciousness. That's what we're on.
Collective consciousness.
But I totally agree.
But keep going.
So I found myself losing patience with other people in my life, like at work, with my family members, with like friends. And Sunju pointed out, you can't force people to do something. You have to consider, okay, maybe I would do this, but they wouldn't, and just respect that and be mindful that people are different and we do different things at our own pace in different times. And also that applies to you. So I'm not going to accomplish everything I want in whenever I want it.
Sure, I'm the same way. Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
can relate.
And one of the questions you guys asked me, or like from your prompt, is motivation, which I found very interesting. I always struggled with motivation. Like I would have an inspirational idea, like I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be phenomenal, and then I'll be psyched to do it, but it won't. Like that motivation doesn't last. It comes in bursts and then it disappears. And the patience comes in to form a habit to keep it going. So you have to actually form a habit to like accomplish your goals. It's not, motivation is not going to get you there. It's habits.
I have a question for you. I'm not gonna write that down. So I remember when we're past this.
And it's so crazy because I am working on that too, where whether it be relationships or what you're working on or what you're building, it's not the fiery, dramatic way of going about it that you see in mainstream media. It's more of a steady, consistent love that will actually be nurturing, you know? And I feel that I can totally relate. I'm used to that at times, that kind of lifestyle where it's like so fiery. But you have to, I feel like
it's not
slow
sustainable.
burning.
It's not sustainable.
It's
You're
not
so right.
sustainable.
You're gonna experience burnout. So yeah, that's a good one. So hopefully,
So patience. But it relates to like so many aspects.
It's like
of life.
everything.
Yeah. All right, Sunju.
Thank you. Okay, so my 2023 goal is, I would say, to have self-compassion. So I think that I'm very critical of myself at times. And in a way, I like that aspect of myself because I care a lot about how I act towards others and how I engage with the world. But I feel like at times the universe kind of tells me like, sometimes it's not so like serious. Like you can have love for yourself. I think sometimes I care so much to, it's not I think we talked about like reform people pleaser.
That's a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? Sorry to interrupt.
We spoke about how in our second episode how like or someone we have a tendency to think about the others before us too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
we're stepping out of that.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying.
Yeah. So I would say like going into 2023, I want to work on having self-compassion and self-forgiveness. Kind of similar to what meme you shared about how you wouldn't be you without everything you experienced. And my second goal, I would say, is like what you mentioned about forming habits, also forming habits over perfectionism. Because at times, perfectionism may not serve you because you're so critical about the outcome, but it's about practice.
Yeah.
Practice. That's a good word.
It's about practice.
Yeah, you're not going to be perfect the first time around.
Right. Like you always see this ideal picture, but you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this
Wow.
perfection, the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You just can't get there. There's a path you have to take.
Yeah.
There might be some stumbles. You might fall a little bit, but
exactly.
the more you stick to it, you're going to get to this point that you want to be. But once again, it's going to take patience.
A lot of time. Yeah.
And
Practice.
compassion.
Yeah.
And
virtue.
Yeah,
Virtue.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
virtue. A lot of virtue in all those aspects that we discussed.
And it's so crazy because I watched something recently where someone said that sometimes your idea of perfectionism may have this image, and then you start walking the road and you realize like that image wasn't even what you want to do.
Yeah, it changes.
Yeah. So thank you
Cool.
so much for asking, Hanna.
Sorry.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was like, it is the beginning of the year. Should like touch a
I know
resolution.
Some people.
She's a perfect.
Now, some people have this like thing where if it's like past the second, you shouldn't say Happy New Year. I'm that person who's like, it's January 29th, and I'm like, Happy New Year. If it's like the first time you see
January.
me, I don't know. I love the New Year.
Me too. It's very rare. It's a rebirth.
Yeah. It's just like a time to reflect and set intentions and goals, and
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Exactly. I'm gonna share mine. We can close out this section.
Yeah.
I do have I guess it depends how you're gonna look at it.
oh, I'm curious.
So my meme comes from my favorite Instagram account, which is ElectraSoul444. Her post says, "Shawty's be like, IDK where I would be without him. Sad face. Babe, maybe further in life." Cause and I feel like
Wait, I'm confused. What is this?
Shawty's be like,
Wait, can I look?
quote unquote, IDK where I'll be without him. Sad face
Oh, okay.
emoji. Babe, maybe further in life. What?
Maybe further in life. What does it mean?
Like without
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain it.
Yeah.
This meme just was really funny to me because there was a time in my life where I was with somebody or like in the past, and it just wasn't in this relationship. It was just like, where would I be without this person or thing?
I
And
so
like
get it.
I'm suffering.
I so get it.
You know, and then it's like, they're causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And this person that you think you can't live without, they're actually holding you back from your blessing.
Yep.
And I've been there. So, yeah.
That's what the meme is.
Yeah. So whether it be your boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, maybe this person that you're just like, I know God is giving me signs to let them go, but I just can't live life without them.
Yeah.
There's a reason why God is giving you those signs. And don't be Stevie Wonder to
What?
blind to these signs, because I was being blind, and then I left. I moved on from, like, in this example, my past relationship. I'm thinking, oh my God, where would I be without this relationship? And my life has completely done a 180 since then, in the best ways possible.
Congratulations.
So
Yeah,
sometimes
thank
like
you.
your intuition tells you,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're like
Fighting
numbing your
it.
intuition, and then one moment you're like,
And it's
You know
like,
what
and
I
it's like, you
mean?
just, and like, you know, like
It
your
just pops
friends,
off.
like you see, when it's you're not really seeing it. You're like, love is blind, or like, while you're in the thick of it, you don't realize it. But everyone else
Exactly.
outside was just like,
Yep.
please wake up.
Like,
Like,
they're, giving
wake
you
up.
they're literally giving you like a stop sign.
Like, they're like waiting for you to
Yeah.
realize that, once again, babe, you could be further in life without this person. So that was my meme for the week or day. That was relatable content for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it holds a lot of people back because
Yeah.
you spend so much. It's very energy and emotionally draining
Yeah.
to give to someone, and you're not receiving anything back except, like you said, anxiety, stress.
Toxic situations have a really good way of making you feel like you need that toxic situation.
You get addicted to
Yeah. Exactly. You get addicted to this
the ups and downs.
the ups and downs and the adrenaline that they could bring, right?
Yeah.
And
Because the highs are so high, like it feels incredible.
yeah.
But it's because the lows are so low.
yeah.
So the high,
not
even if
feel-
it's like this high,
Yeah.
it feels so good.
Feels so
Yeah.
good.
Exactly. So if you're
Wow.
out there and this is your sign, if you're waiting for a sign to leave somebody or something, this is the sign to do it. Godspeed.
Godspeed. God willing.
And yeah, once again, if you want to see what these memes look like, please follow us on YouTube at Just Flow with Ali and SJ. Thank you.
Thank you. On to our main question for all of our guests. Are you ready, Hanna?
I hope so. We'll find out.
So our question is going to be, what does self-love and self-evolution mean for you?
So you sent this question to me beforehand, and it struck me because I think originally I was like, oh, you know, self-love, you take care of yourself, you do spa days, you like treat yourself.
It's like something that's very outward.
Outwardly, like external.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Excuse me. But I thought about it more, and I journaled about it, and I think I learned about self-love from my mom and my grandmother. I grew up with my mom and my grandma. We all lived together, and my grandfather. And my mom and my grandmother are very strong, like women. Like they were in charge of the household. Like it's just very evident.
Yeah. That's how mine was as well. Yeah.
We all can relate. Strong woman.
Strong women. And I have never once seen them do like a spa day or like get their nails done, get their makeup done. They don't do
Pamper
skincare.
themselves.
No
I
pampering.
can see that. I can relate.
But I think what they taught me, self-love, is doing the things that aren't fun, like not the spa days, not like the self-care that we think about, like the external self-care. Excuse me, not buying clothes, not even like going to the gym. It's doing things that are challenging and not fun, but you have to do for your future self.
Wow.
So
I know.
That is
know
such
that's
a
right.
gem.
Yeah.
It's
So
like with future in mind, what is your present day to day?
So things like my mom and grandmother instilled, excuse me,
No worries. Take your
they
time.
instilled in me studying. So like college, education is your number one tool in life because no one can take that away from you.
Yeah.
If you have a degree, no matter where you are in the world, no one can take. It's not even a piece of paper. You can prove it in so many ways.
That degree lays the groundwork.
Exactly.
For it can be a launching pad for anything you want to pursue
Yes.
thereafter. Yeah.
And not even the degree, but the knowledge that you learn in
The experiences,
The
the
lessons.
networking.
University.
Yeah.
So self-care is not just the external things we do, not, of course, health and working out. Like that's what I would normally think of as self-care, going to the gym, taking care of my skin, eating healthy.
But so aside from that, what you're talking about now is like your acts of self-care.
Yes.
Okay. So
So-
treating your body like the temple it is.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that, but beyond that, what my mom and grandma taught me is it's like it's every single little thing you do in your daily life to propel yourself and set up your security in the future for yourself without anyone else. Just pretend no one else is around to help you ever. How are you going to make it in 20, in 30, in 40 years?
That is so insightful, because I was going to say that lately I've been seeing a lot of wisdom about how it's about being timeless. I mentioned this in like other episodes, but it's like it's not really like a past, present, future all
divided.
Divided.
Yeah.
It's like your present in a way has aspects of your past, and your present day to day has aspects to your future too.
Absolutely.
And so I really love that about your wisdom about what self-love means, is that it's like having so much self-love that you see your own potential for years to come.
Right.
You're going to take care of yourself no matter what, and you can rely on yourself. And I can tell that my grandma, my mom, they can rely on themselves to take care of themselves no matter what. And I had a conversation about this with my mom. She told me she struggled with it. There was a time when she was really afraid that she didn't know what was going to happen to her. Like when she came to this country and she was alone. And she had 2 children with her, me and my brother. And she said, from then on, like I just had to plan and make sure that I would be okay without anybody's help.
She's so courageous.
Right.
She is. She really is.
She didn't let fear overcome her, which, especially as young people, especially young people in today's time, right? Whereas like fear really can be so debilitating. And then once again, which is also a common theme in the episodes, us all 3 being an immigrant and our parents taking that sacrifice to move here, where we wouldn't be here if our parents didn't overcome their own fears. And you know, it's kind of
learn a new language, new culture, knowing nobody.
Exactly.
Like learning what street is what street, like down to the little things.
Exactly.
New career, finding a way to make money.
So, you know, it's kind of like a slap in the face when we ourselves succumb to fear. And that's really good that you like take lessons from what you've seen and what has helped you be here right now. And that is powerful, honestly.
Thank you.
Especially with what you said. I feel like, I don't know, for me, when I was younger, I did divide past, present, future into 3 separate things and just was like, let things happen to me versus I make things happen.
You're in the driver's seat.
And then it's like, when I'm growing up and I have this mentality, I sat, and this is like, once again, when I wasn't in the best position, especially in my last relationship, I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, I do not feel fulfilled because I've been moving in life, waiting for life to happen to me.
Yes.
Versus,
oh my gosh, that literally
making
like
it
me.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay, I need to start being more proactive and like what you guys talked about with your resolution. I'm being patient and knowing that, okay, the result isn't going to happen tomorrow or next week. It's just going to have to take for me to just day by day work on improving myself and working towards this goal that I have for myself. And and with that mentality, I'm thankfully here today with this podcast and doing other things and leveling up in life because I have done things like what you just mentioned and being more proactive. And doing the groundwork today so my future self can be happy and fulfilled.
So I feel like this is like a good segue because it's like we're proactively preparing while we're grounded in our today and making the most out of today. We still understand that we give ourselves the future too. And so maybe this is a good segue into our next question about self-evolution and what evolution means for you, Hanna.
Just growth, but not pressuring yourself, because I think we all pressure ourselves. Like you said, you're very tough on yourself.
Yes.
And that can impede your
Mental
progress.
health,
yeah, because you're so worried. Am I meeting these goals? Am I meeting these like timestamps that I've put in place?
But we're not computers.
Yeah.
You know?
Even computers, even like AI cannot.
They be taking us like with the pinwheel.
Yeah.
Even they need a second to load.
Apple
Figure out
goes to
what's the next-
1%.
Yeah. Exactly. So why are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think self-evolution is just enjoying life, enjoying the journey, and enjoying the company along the way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So self-evolution. You're not focused on the finish line.
No.
Because the finish line, if we're talking about life, finish line is what, death.
Yeah.
So you're
you're never gonna like meet your perfect self. You're
Yeah.
never going. You're always gonna
That
be
is
working.
so crazy that you said that out loud. There's never going to be a perfect self.
Yeah.
So why crazily think about it?
You
know?
obsess and
There is
impede.
no perfection. You just have to appreciate you for you.
And as long as you are acknowledging, like when people, I used to have a really difficult time when people would point out, even my friends would point out things that I would do wrong. And I would get so defensive. I'd be like, no, I did this because so and so. And I could tell they were getting frustrated with me because they were just trying to help me. And I was like, but you don't understand why I did it. But it doesn't matter why. They were just pointing out, maybe you should like consider why you're doing it and change it. It took me a really long time.
Yeah.
I was like that too.
I'm getting so much better, and now I really, really appreciate it when friends like come to me and say, "Hey, you did this. I didn't appreciate that. You've done this. I really appreciated it."
Yeah.
And it allows me to consider it, like reflect on it, you know, think about it, and then work on it.
And
That's
you know
perfect.
what I think it is I think it's like we have like an idea of conflict resolution, or we have like we've seen some, you know, questionable behaviors where it comes out of like evil or hate. But I feel like when you move with love, even conflict resolution comes out of love. So it's the way we speak about it. Like in terms of self-growth, you know that we come from good place.
Yeah.
So it always ends with love, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So that was a wonderful answer. And I'm sure our audience is definitely going to find some truth to that statement. We want to move on to the next section and do a little game break.
I see. I'm like excited.
Yeah. We're going to play, what's the name of this again?
It's called We're Not Really Strangers.
Yeah, we're going to link in bio for this game. This will be our first time playing. We're going to play the very short version. We're going to pull a card from this section 2. Let me just make sure. Is this? Okay, let's see.
Wow.
Okay, so everyone, yes, thank you, Hanna. So with these cards, level 2, we're each gonna draw one card and put it face down when we draw.
Ooh, I'm gonna go for a hard one.
I'm gonna draw one. And then,
Oh, I picked 2.
Okay.
so did you draw one? Okay. So
Oh wait, this is level 1. What is that called?
So we're gonna go by turns. Hanna, you're gonna go first.
Okay.
Read your question out loud and choose either Sunju or I to answer the question.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And you may not select the player that has answered a question. So since you're starting, you could pick one of those.
Allison,
Yes.
is there a feeling you miss?
Oh, is there a feeling I miss?
That is such a good question.
I have to think about that one. A feeling I miss. I don't know if this is an issue that I have, but that's how I know my time in New York City is coming to an end. Cause when I take the train,
That shocked me.
and I have to go over the Williamsburg Bridge to go to work, and I'm looking at the skyline, that spark I felt before was seeing the flashy buildings and this huge city, that's gone. So I miss that spark of being in a new city and like a sense of adventure.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
that's something that I'm missing, and I'm like looking to
You're an
relocate.
explorer.
I have a very
She
explorer
loves to
experience.
explore.
I like to try new things. I like to
That's amazing.
go outside the box.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Yeah, of course.
Where would you like to go next?
Atlanta.
Hey.
Atlanta or Miami. So those are my two. Or eventually maybe overseas, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But
Wow.
okay, that was a cool card. All right, let me read this one. What title would you give this chapter in your life, Sunju?
This chapter in my life?
What title would you give it?
I know this is cheesy, and I'm not going to get emotional,
Don't cry, please.
but I feel like...
You can cry, okay?
They
Cry
know
my
that I'm always
shoulder.
emotional.
Cry my shoulder.
No, but I feel like this title is self-love. Like, I know our podcast is about
Yeah.
self-love,
No.
but I feel like for so long, I never thought about myself.
You could cry if you want to, by the way.
You need to. That's
Yeah,
it. Like, that's
that's
bringing
very
tears to my eyes.
That makes you want to go cry, too.
I feel like for so long, I never thought about me.
Aw.
And I feel like for so long, like, we've been through things,
Yeah.
like, as teenagers or when we were young.
Yeah.
We absorb what mainstream media tells you. We absorb, like, all these things that
telling you
the
what's
little
wrong.
spark when you were
Yeah.
a kid, you're like, this feels off. Like, this thing I'm hearing about me, it doesn't feel like it's me. But then you take it because you're a kid. But I feel like now that, you know, we come to realization that we can be in our driver's seat,
Oh.
like, we can take that back. We can re-spark the spark we had when we were young, before we heard all those things or before we were told all these things, you know? And so I feel like this chapter is self-love.
Yay.
Aw, that was so sweet, Cindy.
So this is a question for Allison.
Oh, Hanna.
Oh, Hanna, right?
Yeah.
What question are you trying to answer most in your life right now?
Dang.
A lot running through my head. Sorry, just.
This is so deep.
I know, this is crazy. I was not expecting this.
How much will I help others?
Wow.
Like I have ideas, but how much will it go, and will I surpass them? Will I achieve them? Like, how much will I help others?
So you're thinking about your impact.
Mm-hmm.
And how deep, which any size impact is worth.
Something.
It's significant. So
Yes.
Others and the world, just like environmentally, and I think environmental help will also help humans in general. So I just think educationally, I want to help people, whether that means one day I would love to be able to like give scholarships. I think that would be insane, or build schools.
yeah.
I don't know, provide supplies, anything like that.
You're so awesome.
Yeah, no, literally.
And well, we have
Yes.
we're working on a project together with micromobility.
Yeah.
So that's one aspect, helping people to get to where they need to go in a safe and productive way.
Yeah.
That's also environmentally friendly and making
Yes.
it accessible to everyone.
It's beautiful. You're very selfless.
Yeah.
No, I'm very I'm selfish.
We're
I
we
think
all have self-love.
No, you need to be
Yeah,
selfish in
yeah.
a way. Like
Yeah.
to achieve those things, you have to be a little selfish. You have to make sure that you're stable, that you're economically
Yes.
safe before you can think of like other people.
And I know this is going on a rabbit hole, but I feel like selfish in a way sometimes have a negative connotation.
Yeah, and it shouldn't.
But I feel like it's not so black and white. There are certain times you have to be selfish to literally breathe, to literally, you know.
Even when you break down the word self-ish.
Yeah.
Like, to a degree.
We're going down the
having
rabbit hole.
a high moment. When you break it apart, it's like, okay, yeah, there is a. It's ish. It's the ish.
It's the ish.
I can't.
That's
It's, like it's okay to be a tad about yourself, you know.
Okay, I have to go off of what you said about selfish.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we're born selfish, or or are you learned to be selfish?
I just feel like we are when we're born, I feel like we're just clay. We're like Play-Doh. And just everything from thereafter we learn. But I feel like we're inherently good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, babies don't try to choke you. Like,
have you ever been held by like a baby's thumb, like grip? They got strong.
Yeah. They can break
really
your finger. But yeah, I just feel like we're like very impressionable.
That's so
it's just the accumulation of what we
experiences and people in your life. Wow.
But that's just what I think. How about yourself?
I think selfish, like you said, it's not black and white. And I think inherently we're born to survive, and that means like to be selfish a little bit, a lot of it actually. But there is a limit.
There's a limit.
As humans, we have cognitive ability to determine what is right and wrong, and what we can or we should or we shouldn't do. And we have the ability to evaluate whether this is going to impact others more and help me more, and what is the risk, not the risk, but what are the consequences of this. So I think
that's a good point.
I think we are all selfish. Like a baby, all they want to do is eat and cry if they don't have attention. That's selfish because we need nurturing.
And that's true, because even when you're pregnant, I don't know if you guys know this girl on TikTok who has like a list of reasons why you shouldn't get pregnant. Because there's so many things your body goes through.
Yeah.
You lose your hair, like your teeth fall out because your baby's taking all these nutrients from
Everything.
you.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Beyond this life.
Yeah.
They are selfish.
I think we are born in a way selfish, but when we become cognitive, like once we're not children anymore, and I think you're right, we're molded. So we learn what is right, what is selfish, what isn't. But at some point we have to realize, okay, this is going to help me. So yes, I want to do it, but how is it going to impact other people?
Yeah.
And is it okay?
I feel like the time went like this.
Yeah,
I literally
really
feel
quick.
like we sat down and
We're
it's
going-
like 5 minutes
We're
later.
going to bring Hanna back.
Yeah, we're going to bring Hanna back. But we always like to end with one last question for you, which is, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Or what would you tell yourself 10 years from now?
This is a really interesting question, because I hope to be like where I aspire myself to be in 10 years. So I guess I would tell myself, keep going. You're doing great. Keep it up. Stick with it. You're gonna get there.
And this is how you wake up every day.
You're gonna get there.
Her mantra.
And just keep doing it. You're gonna get there.
Yes.
Amen.
And where can we find you?
If you want to share your
yeah.
social media.
Thank you so much for asking.
Or any project or
Yeah.
anything.
So first and foremost, please follow Cycle Rev, cycle_rev on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube.
LinkedIn? That's right.
And my personal Instagram is Hanna_Vov on Instagram. So.
Yeah, so we'll all those links will be in the bio, as well. Remember, you were winning.
Thank you.
Especially on tonight. They could probably be doing anything else. So we really do appreciate you taking the time to be here with us.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming all the way to the
from
city,
New York.
undisclosed city.
Yes, undisclosed.
Yes, you never know.
You'll
where
never know.
So yeah,
They'll probably find out. Now they're gonna make it a mission to find
I know, and it won't be hard. Anyways, once again, please follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram, just flow with AS. That's also our handle on TikTok. Once again, on YouTube, just flow with Ali and SJ. You could catch full videos and reels and clips of that nature, and all podcast platforms.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you again,
Thank you.
Hannah. This was
Thank
such a
you.
joy.
Thank you for
you.
tuning in, guys.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.